YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. That's Vincent in the background. She's my African gray parrot. My channel, if you're new here, is all about luxury on a budget. Well, it's mostly about luxury on a budget, and it mostly has to do with handbags and accessories. And if that is your kind of thing, then you have found your new home. Remember to like, to subscribe if you haven't done that already, and click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post a new video. Today's video is a wish list video. Jill Maurer, I will link her channel below and I'll link the video that I'm mentioning. She did a wish list back in December and it was a tag, and she tagged me to do one. It has taken me this long to get my wish list together, and there are a few reasons for that. One, right after Christmas, I've just spent a ton of money. This happens every year. I'm tired of shopping. I'm tired of spending money. So I don't really want to think about a wish list and think about spending more money and buying more things. I say that after I bought 6 bags. Actually, I bought 7 bags in January, but none of them were luxury expensive bags. Also, I've been very happy with my collection. There's one item that I really want to get as soon as I find the right one, because it would have to be pre-loved. It's a discontinued item and I'll talk about that later. But otherwise, there's nothing that I feel like I have this immediate need to get. So that's been part of my problem with coming up with a real wish list. And then also, while I was putting this together, I realized that my 40th birthday is later this year and I would like to splurge on something for myself. Getting the wish list together includes that for me, and so I've been researching and trying to find something, and I've really been having trouble trying to find something that I would think of as a big gift to myself that I'm still willing to buy and like would want to spend a lot of money on. Vincent is chewing on her fingernails. The wish list that I'm going to give you today, and it has like 50 items on it, okay? These are not things that I plan to buy this year. Most of these are part of a running wish list that I keep and that I go through every once in a while and alter. Like maybe I'll buy something, so I'll cross that off the list, or maybe there's something I don't want anymore, so I'll cross it off the list. And these are items that most of them I would get pre-loved. Most of them are discontinued items, so I would have to get them pre-loved. And that means that I have to find them. If I come across them, if they're in the condition that I want, which is excellent condition, and if they're at a price I'm willing to pay, and I want it at that particular moment, if all those things come together, the stars align, then I would buy these items from the wish list. That's part of the reason the wish list is so very long. But you're also going to see, as I talk about each of these items, and I'm going to try to make this brief, but again, it's 50 items, so it's probably going to be a long video. But you're going to see that a lot of these items, even though I like them and want them, I also don't want them for various reasons. Like there are problems with this or that. For me, wouldn't justify the cost, but I still keep them on my wish list for some reason. Some of these items too, I had the chance to purchase them brand new and didn't, and kick myself, because now they're items that sell for way more than what they were brand new. And you'll also see that even though most of the items are Louis Vuitton, I am starting to branch out. I'm starting to look at other brands. There is just not much new at Louis Vuitton right now that I'm interested in, and I'm really getting turned off with all the quality issues that they're having. Most of the Louis Vuitton items that I want are from years ago, again discontinued, and from a different time when things were better quality. All right, I'm going to start with scarves and then move to some kind of miscellaneous luxury items, and then I'm going to go to the SLGs, and then we'll talk about handbags, and then we'll talk about my 40th birthday wish list, just so you know what's coming. All right, scarves. The Gucci Sima black on black scarf. For many years, I have wanted a Burberry cashmere scarf, but I've never found one that I really want, so I don't have a picture.
Hush.
You hear that? Roxy's barking in the other room, and she said hush. She helps discipline the dogs. She's very good at that. The Hermès is it La Vie, V-I-E, I don't know French. La Vie Sauvage du Texas. And this scarf has plants and animals that are native to Texas, and I just think it's a really beautiful piece. Two more Gucci scarves I would like to have. The Tien Modal silk shawl. They have this one with the red border. They used to have one with the green border. That's the one I'd really prefer. And then also this Gucci Flora snake It's the official name is the Gucci Flora Snake Stripes Print Silk Neck Bow. That's a mouthful. The Tiffany Peony mug. This is something I really kicked myself over. I had a few chances to buy it and then they discontinued it. Another item that I've had the chance to buy, it's still available from Louis Vuitton, is the Fleur de Monogram bag charm. I have talked myself out of this so many times. That is something I tend to do, and that is one of the ways I save so much money, is talking myself out of things that I like. Also, I already have this Louis Vuitton Facetti's bag charm, but I bought it pre-loved and it's all faded where you can see the silver color underneath the brass. And what I would like to do is sell that for a decent price to one of you guys. I'm going to be doing a vlog sale sometime where I'm selling this and a few other things. And then use that money and add a little more to it and buy myself a brand new one. It's Baron.
Hello, girl.
He's not a girl. He's a boy. Hello, boy. Hi, Baron. Do you guys want to see Baron? Here's Baron. Ooh, he is so cute, isn't he? Ooh. Roxy's in the other room. I'll show you her too. Did you hear that? Vincent said Baron. All right, now let's move to SLGs. The Louis Vuitton Turquoise V bag charm, the LV Trunks and Locks, the one on Damier Ebene. They also have a monogram. I want the Ebene one. The Nightbird bag charm. I had a chance to buy this in the store, didn't do it. The Hot Air Balloon bag charm in red. There's also a fuchsia one. The clay in the Groom illustration, which came in yellow. I think that was the only color it came in. The clay in Epi Noir. The prices are pretty good on them, but the condition has been an issue to find that. The Expert pen case. This is one of the holy grail items. These are impossible to find now. It was $470. Now, I don't know if I've even seen one on the pre-loved market. If y'all see one, let me know, because it's really beautiful. The Chapman Brothers luggage tags. I know a lot of people absolutely hate these. I love them. A luggage tag and monogram. Kind of like that. Not really high on my wish list, but an Agenda PM and Damier Ebene. The Wapiti, I'm thinking probably not, but it's a nice little case to put my camera in, my little vlogging camera. So maybe, I don't know. Do any of you have Wapitis? Do you want to give me some advice? Let me know what you think about your Wapiti. The sunglasses case, but the PM size. I have the MM in monogram and azure. I would like the PM in monogram for reading glasses. I've never seen that in person though. I don't know yet if it would even fit reading glasses. Do any of you have the PM size where you could let me know if it would fit a pair of reading glasses like this? That would be very helpful. Thank you. The Zippy coin purse in Empreinte Noir. I want some kind of small compact wallet. I keep coming back to the Zippy coin. Another option for a small wallet is the Gucci Marmont card case little wallet. I first saw this. It happened again. Did you hear that? Roxy is barking in the other room and Vincent said hush.
Hush.
Card holders. I got that Gucci card holder for Christmas, the Marmont one, and I love it. I'm using it almost non-stop since I got it, and I'm thinking maybe I need some more card holders. I'm thinking a Chanel at some point. Also maybe a YSL card holder. Now we're moving to handbags. The first item on my handbag wish list is the one that I need to get. And as soon as I find it in the right condition and for the right price, I will jump on it. And that is the Louis Vuitton Denim Pleaty. The pochette accessoire, I want to get the new model in monogram, and I wouldn't mind having the new model in Damier Ebene. The favorite MM in probably in monogram, but maybe in Damier Ebene. A Speedy 25 or similar style bag in black. I've been looking for this for a while. The Speedy 25 in Epi, for example, pre-loved vintage, because what I want is the original model with the gold hardware. After that, they discontinued the gold. They came out with silver, not what I want. My camera just turned off. I had to switch batteries. And now my screen looks different. I don't know why. I need a black tote bag, and I don't know what I want. Maybe you guys can help me give some recommendations so I can check things out. The first thought that came to mind was a Neverfull in Epi in Noir, but it's not really what I want. It's a beautiful bag, but I don't really want... I'd like something that size and something similar, but I don't want the cinching straps. I also don't want something that's stiff. I'd like it to be more pliable, and I want something that has a base that isn't so stiff. Something that will just, I can squash against my body with my arm. So that one's off the table. I also looked at a YSL tote. I looked at a Givenchy and Antigona tote, and I looked at an Everlane tote. The Givenchy one is probably the closest one to what I'm looking for. I'm not convinced that I really want to pay that much for a plain black tote bag though. The Metal Montante. It is everything I don't want in a bag, but I still want it. A camera bag. I have been interested in the Gucci Soho. Then there's the Gucci Marmont. I love the Marmont with the chevron, but I think if I was to get a camera bag, I might go with this YSL one. When I was looking at the Speedies online today in preparation for doing this video, I was thinking about some other bags that are similar to Speedies, the Doctor style bag. I know Gucci has the Boston bags, and something that I've come back to a few times is the Givenchy Antigona. So I was looking at some today, and here's one that you see a lot of people with. It's sort of the standard, you know, one color, but then they have these more odd ones. So this one is called the Kenya bag. I love the green color, and then it's got this metallic thing on the bottom of the handles. And then I came across this bag, and it kind of blew my mind. It's called the Tricolor. Well, I don't know what the official name is, but I think it's called the Tricolor. And look at this detail. It has wood. Does anybody have this? Is it real wood, or is it something made to look like wood? And I don't know if I'm in love, like a temporary thing, like this is just a quick little affair that we're having, but I mean, there's something about that I really like, and I know a lot of you are not gonna like it, but that speaks to me. All right, now we're gonna move on to the 40th birthday splurge wish list. This you are going to have to help me with because I have had a lot of difficulty. As I've been thinking about this wish list over the last month, I realized that I'm turning 40 later this year, and I would like to use that opportunity to splurge on something for myself. That's not something I do very often. I don't splurge on birthdays. Like, I've gone out the past couple years and bought myself a $200 Louis Vuitton clay. That's a big splurge for me on a regular birthday. And now I have all the clays that are available, at least the canvas ones, so I can't keep doing that. One of the first things that comes to mind is a holy grail bag for a lot of people, the Louis Vuitton Triangle Softie. Gorgeous bag. I loved it since it first came out. There's also the Gucci. I'm really into Gucci lately. Can y'all tell that? I'm like, oh, Gucci-fied. I want to dive in there. The Gucci Marmont top handle bag in black, and on the website it said the biggest size they have was a small, but I don't know quite how big that is. I didn't look at the dimensions. I would want whatever the biggest one is. There's also the Gucci Marmont large shoulder bag, which is similar in shape to a classic flap from Chanel. Something in Louis Vuitton Empreinte. I have wanted something in Empreinte for a long time. Maybe I'll just end up with a little clay or a business card holder, or the, oh, I forgot to put the business card holder on my list. That's something I've wanted for a while. Here's a picture of it. As far as an Empreinte handbag, the Speedy 25 would be on my list, although I have a few problems with Empreinte. This bag I looked at in person and it was all crooked. I mean, very obviously very crooked, so that's disappointing. There's also the Montaigne. I've looked at that in person. Gorgeous, gorgeous bag, but my favorite size was the GM, and it was very heavy. I don't think that would do well with me with my back problems. There's also the Metis Hobo. I would not want the Pochette Matisse, excuse me, I say Metis. People get angry about that for some reason. And there's the Melier. Problem with the Melier, I love the bag, the pockets on the side, I think it's beautiful. I just feel like I'd have the same problem with that bag that I have with my Delightful. I'd rather wear it with the shoulder strap, but it's so short. It's one of those bags that kind of has to fold in the middle. Triangle Softie's the same way. That's one of the reasons that I wouldn't want that bag, besides the price. Although if it was a splurge item, that's a bag I'd be willing to splurge on. The one big problem I have with the Empreinte leather from Louis Vuitton is that I keep hearing that the monogram imprint fades, like it gets less imprinted, and I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a bag and then have that disappear. And I've seen photos of that too many times, and so I probably will not get an Empreinte bag for that reason. Louis Vuitton quality, guys. It's in the gutter right now. But here's another Louis Vuitton item on my list. Speedy 30 in Mon Monogram. I would really like something in Mon Monogram, and my favorite item is the Speedy 30, and I would get the Vert Clair, the turquoise color with the Blanc, the white stripe on the outside, and the Vert Clair interior. My problem here is Louis Vuitton quality. I don't think that I would order a Speedy from them right now. The canvas is thinner, the quality just isn't there. So even though that is by far the cheapest item on my splurge list, and it would be fun to have a custom Vuitton bag, I don't see doing that. I do not, because of their quality. So, splurging, Chanel. I've thought about the Chanel GST as a black tote, but again, like the Montaigne, I've heard that's too heavy for me. The Chanel Classic Flap, if I got one of those, I'd probably get a very vintage one, and if I got that, I'd probably do the classic black with gold hardware. The vintage ones like this, I'd get the big CCs. I know there are ones with bigger CCs, but I like the big flat CCs on these. And the ones that aren't they gold plated if they have that little dot indented in one of the C's? That would be nice to have. I've also been really into the reissues lately. I love that they're squishier. Having the Chanel inspired bags that I got in January, I'm noticing that one of the things that I'm not liking about the Classic Flap is that hard base. And I think I might like the reissue better because it has a squishy base and I can just squash it up against my body when I'm carrying it on my shoulder. I'm also really liking the distressed leather look. I wish that it had the CCs instead. I do think I like the chain strap rather than the chain and leather strap. So I don't know. My ideal Chanel flat bag would be somewhere between the reissue and the Classic Flap. There's also the Chanel top handle. This is the only one of the Chanel bags I mentioned that I would consider buying from the store and not pre-loved because of the price. This bag has grown on me, and my favorite one that I've seen was Sophie Chohet's. She got this sort of nude color for Christmas 2018. It has this little gold plate on the top under the handle, like between the handle, does it make sense? The top of the bag says Chanel, which at first I felt like was a little gaudy, but now I'm kind of liking it. Something I have wanted and have not been willing to spend the money on because they're just way overpriced. Louis Vuitton's Essential V hoop earrings. There's something about them that just draws me in, and I have not stopped wanting them, even though they are like $420 or so, something like that. Way too much for what they are, because they're not even gold plated, I'm sure. But I really like them, so that might be something that I would splurge on along with something else, because that's kind of a small item for a splurge. We'll see. We shall see. The Louis Vuitton City Steamer. I have mixed feelings about this. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. I would get it pre-loved. I would either get the black with the gold hardware, or if I could find it at a decent price, the black trim with the blossoms, the monogram with the black blossoms, because I saw that in person and oh, it was so beautiful. My only real concern with the City Steamer is that it has those diagonally clipped shoulder straps. So it's got the two handles, the front and the back, and the shoulder strap clips to, let's say, the right front handle, and the other one clips to the back left handle. So when you pick it up, it's gonna pull it and make the bag kind of diagonal, and that I would not want. And I would wear that on my shoulder more than hand holding it. It's a really beautiful bag though. I like it a lot. I like the structure of it. I like a lot about it. It's beautiful. I have a feeling that's probably too heavy for me too. Do any of you have the City Steamer? Can you let me know? Is that a heavy bag? Is it something you like? What do you not like about it? I need to watch some more videos on that. I haven't seen very many. So looking at all those choices for my splurge, I noticed a pattern emerging. A lot of those bags are leather. They have a flap, they have a top handle, and they have a removable shoulder strap. You know what that reminds me of? A Kelly bag. That is not something I would be able to splurge on this year. Maybe for my 50th birthday. Maybe I need to save like $1,000 a year, put aside for a Kelly, and then get it then. But I would not be able to save 10, 12, whatever thousands of dollars a Kelly would cost. Also, I was looking on Fashionphile at the Kellys, and I don't know what color I would want, but most of the bags that they had were black and gold. They didn't have a lot of color options. It's probably not something I would go to Hermes for. I mean, I guess I could try, but what are the chances? They're so slim, and then to get all the options that you want, the right leather and the right color, and you know, they're willing to sell you one of their precious bags. I don't want to play that game. I'd want to do it on the pre-loved market maybe someday down the line. But that is something that if I was going to spend that kind of money, it would be on the Kelly. Until then, from the list that I just gave you of splurge items, I think my favorite right now is the second one I mentioned, the Gucci Marmont top handle bag. So I need to go to Gucci and look at that in person. Well, that was long. I'm gonna tag 2 people. Carol Summer, do a wish list, please. And Wil Mikahson, you need to come back to YouTube. Where have you been? I wanna see a wish list from you too. And I expect you to have some fancy intro. Vincent, are you all right? Are you gonna fall down?